Hey guys, welcome back to AFTV and Full Time. I'm here with Charlene. How are you?
Not good.
Not good. Me neither. This is going to be an interesting show. Another defeat to dissect. So what? We're 2 games in, 4 goals conceded, no goals scored, no points won, nothing. It's looking very, very, very bleak. We've barely got half our first 11 out as well. We're going to go into all that. We're going to talk about the general performance. We're going to get Charlene's feelings. Turkish will jump on. Cecil, I think, might jump on. We've got LV General as well. People coming back from the game. I think we might see Robbie. We'll see how it was there at the Emirates. So I'm really interested to know what the atmosphere was like. You know, I do think the fans probably tried to do their best to get the team up for it, but it just got worse and worse as it went on. We're going to talk about the goals. Should Arteta have done more in terms of the system? Maybe he should have played a back 3. Maybe should have mixed it up. You know, match Chelsea like he did at Stamford Bridge last time. We parked the bus and we won. Sometimes you don't need to go away from what works sometimes. It's fair to say that this season hasn't worked for Arsenal. And don't forget that you can send your videos and voice notes into the show and we'll play them here. So you can have your say and have your reaction live here on AFTV. Intro's out the way. We are going to go into the first video very quickly in a second. But firstly, you've had 5 minutes to digest it. Just kind of what went wrong.
I mean, we started off so positively.
I think we started okay.
Yeah.
We started okay.
You know, we was playing some nice football. Coming into the game, I wasn't confident about us getting a win. But when we kicked off, I thought, actually, we could actually get something out of this. We did have opportunities. And once again, we're just not able to finish. There's just something that we're just lacking in that final third. Just not able to score goals. And, yeah, another disappointing.
I think you touched on something there that I don't think... When Arsenal lose a game, everyone just goes wild. Like they go wild and it's Arsenal were terrible, Chelsea were brilliant, and we had no answer. And the thing is, like, I try and just like dissect it a little more. And I said it at the end of the watch along there. I'd not seen the comment section, so I don't know what people thought of this take of mine. But for me, Chelsea weren't great today, but they didn't need to be. Like they could have been better if they had to. But they had I think they had a friendly in the week. They're going to have Champions League football coming up in Europe. I honestly think once they went 2-0 up, the job was done and they said, that's cool, like we can relax now, take it easy. They didn't have to be brilliant. I thought we had some positive moments where we looked like we could get in behind and we played some okay football at times. But ultimately, we had nothing in the final third, as always. And Chelsea kind of always had us at arm's length. So when I say we had some nice moments, I'm not getting too excited about it because I think Chelsea kind of let us. Mm-hmm. But... I kind of think a team with more quality in the final third, which I think we've got, so is it on Arteta? I don't know, but I think they would have caused them more problems. But anyway, let's go into the straight video, guys. Remember, you can send your videos, your instant reaction into the show. We'll play it here live on AFTV full time. Let's hear what you guys had to say.
Zahir, all the way from South Africa. The only thing I'm going to say is get this man out of our club as soon as possible. And I'm talking about Arteta. Last season didn't work out. The signs are looking bad. He's not improving. We're in a shambles. I've never seen Arsenal this bad, ever. I even think Wenger would have been doing a better job. Yes, he is the start of this. But I honestly can't see us being worse than this. Tuchel came in after him. And look at the job that Tuchel's doing. Look at how Chelsea look. Yes, it's still early. But you can see that they're playing with a mindset. The players are playing for the manager. We look like headless chickens just running around, no tactics, inexperienced. Sure, maybe in the next few years Arteta can be something, but Arsenal's not the club for him to try out his ridiculous tactics. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks.
AFTV, Ryan. Arsenal fan from Liverpool, watching all the games. Terrible. Arsenal are terrible. We need so many changes to the squad. Arteta out straight away, get him out. The owners need to go, 100%. The signs we make, rubbish. Three plus maybe players we've signed that are good. No Tavares, Sambi Lokonga, and Ben White at push. Kind of like the other Odegaard. I don't really care. We need all these players in. Right back, Cedric's not the one. Maitland-Niles, I think, is the right back. We need a solid striker, but I'm not surprised. I generally think Arsenal 15th this season. Thanks.
Thanks guys for sending your videos in. 15th this season.
and everyone calling for Arteta, I mean, there's no surprise there. The pressure is really on for him. But, I mean, looking at today's game, considering the players that we haven't got available for selection, I mean, what would you put the blame down to for today's loss?
It's hard, right? It's hard because not having Ben White and Gabriel, your two best centre-backs, that cost a combined 76 million or something.
Mm-hmm.
Not having Thomas Partey, your Rolls Royce, your world-class central midfielder. Not having Aubameyang fit, and he's trained once this week because of COVID. And not having Lacazette either, who's been kind of Arteta's kind of main striker with Aubameyang shifted to the left. Of course that's going to affect us. Like, of course it is.
Massively.
But I kind of think, like, our demands and expectations have crumbled so much. No one went into this game expecting to win. That's why, like, we're not here, like, ranting and raving or losing our heads, because we all expected this. But what we keep hoping for is something that suggests that Arteta's philosophy has clicked and is starting to go up a level. All right, Chelsea beat us today, but look at the chances we created. Look at this, look at that. I'm not having those feelings. That's not how I feel now. Those are the feelings I want to have, and I don't. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
100%, because I'm completely with you on it as well. Do you think Arteta's just overcoaching them? Because we're hearing that a lot, and you know he ain't getting the best out of the players.
Yeah, I bamboozled Pippa and Robbie, I think, when I said that I felt they were overcoached, and they made a great point. They went, you know, we look terrible, we look undercoached. I know exactly what they're saying, but defensively we were shambles today. But when I say overcoached, I mean because, like, we're trying to. You can see players like not playing with instinct. They get into positions, and you can genuinely see their brains going, right, what was I meant to do in this position?
Yeah.
What was I, you know, because it's the same patterns, it's the same movement, it's the same. You see players get the ball and they're looking in a like particular position. So Saka gets the ball down the left, and the first thing is where Tierney is, the overlapping. It's not, has Martinelli made a great run?
Yeah.
Is Smith Rowe coming in late? Is something happening maybe that's unpredictable that Chelsea wouldn't expect? You saw Arteta today on the touchline, and this is him every game, and journalists have come on AFTV VIP to talk about this. He is forever shouting at the players, move here, get there, press up, you move, you come through. You've got to let the players do it.
Exactly.
You've got to let them do it. And I think he's a bit of a control freak. Listen, I don't think he's going to survive more than a month, to be honest, the way it's going. But you think we're overcoached?
Yeah, definitely as well. I mean, like, with football, like you say, the players ain't playing with their instincts. They're being told what to do. That's why even like today when we saw Saka take a shot outside the 18-yard box and Lukonga, we're like, yeah, this is what we want to see more of. Because
Crazy. A shot. Like, we're getting excited about a shot.
When you see when you're watching other Premier League clubs, they're doing that and they're scoring, they're putting them away.
Yeah.
But with us, that's like an exciting movement because it's not something that we see often.
No, but that's the thing. So and actually, I noticed my bars lowered because we might play like a couple passes through the middle. Suddenly, we're kind of running at their goal, and I'm going, "That's good football."
Yeah,
well, like,
yeah,
it's fine. But like Chelsea did it to us 1,000 times today, like it was nothing. And the best teams do. They get through like it's nothing. Man United needed a goal today, and they're putting the pressure, and they're getting into good positions, and they have to be inventive. You know, Bruno Fernandes is trying flicks over. You know, they're trying to like mould something for themselves. But for Arsenal, I'm watching it, and like the hope just sort of trickles away with every minute. I'm thinking, nah, we're not, because we've got no rhythm, we've got no fluidity, we've got no instinct, and that for me is on Arteta.
So when does it get to a point where Arteta sort of looks at it and just says, okay, perhaps what I'm doing isn't working, let me change it up a bit? But instead, he seems to be so passionate about this and just, you know, try and trust the process because it's going to work, but it isn't clicking for the players.
I think he knows he's on borrowed time. He spent a lot of money, and I think he's in a position where he's almost like, that's it, I've got to just almost no regrets.
Stick to my guns,
I've got to do it my way, and if I die on this hill, fine. But I think he'd rather do that than say play a back three, which isn't what he believes in, park the bus, which isn't what he believes in, lose the game anyway, and go out thinking that wasn't how I wanted to play football. Yeah. And I think that's in his mind right now, because end of last season he didn't mind going to a back three for the Chelsea game. Why change it today? Anyway, guys, remember you can send in your clips and voice notes, and we'll play them here on AFTV full time. Chelsea have beaten us 2-0 at the Emirates. It's incredibly depressing. We've got more clips. Let's hear what the fans are saying.
Arteta out. I'm saying this before even the third game, the third match. We are not going to score any goal. Imagine a whole of second half, like first half, Martinelli has touched the ball only once, and he's our striker. How do you expect to score a goal? Arteta out.
Hey, how are you guys? Listen, guys. The lead judge was talking about to get excited. We need new players, new season. But I say one thing: if you wants to make us excited, please change this manager. We need new manager. I know we're not gonna be able to get Graham Potter, but I don't think this Kroenke want to get another, the big name manager. But we gotta change something, guys. We need new manager.
Yeah, so Arsenal spent 105 million on average per season for the last 5 seasons, and the squad got much worse. Honestly, I don't see them finishing above 9th place this season.
Wow. Yeah, listen, James has come in the super chat, says, what have we got to lose by getting rid of Arteta? We could only get better because it can't get any worse than this.
Well, we're hoping that it will get better, but right now, I don't think any of the fans are seeing a way out of this other than, changing the manager.
It's unanimous. People, like, Arteta had the benefit of a lot of excuses when he came in. And, yeah, maybe through naivety, maybe through hope, maybe because I thought the excuses were legitimate. I wanted to see Arteta given like a proper go. And what I mean by that is fans in a ground. Let's see what the Emirates is like. Let's see if it can really be that bad, even with the fans there, because you think surely the fans would demand more. Coming in and there's a pandemic kind of like within 4 months of your job, not having been properly backed, all these things, not having a pre-season. He's had a pre-season. He's been given a lot of money to spend, right? Like Lokonga cost 20 million. I thought Lokonga was really good today.
Yeah, I like Lokonga.
But okay, Lokonga's not a good example. But Ben White, 50 million was spent on him, so Ben White has to be the real deal.
Yeah.
What are the other excuses? The crowd's back. I don't know if I mentioned pre-season, but he's had pre-season. Like, all these things that I thought, let's just see when these come together, if we'll get a better Arsenal. The answer is no, and of course the players missing still make a massive difference. But I don't really see them coming in and it's suddenly going up a load of levels. Brentford was poor and today was just lifeless, I thought.
Because even when you look at the attitude of the players, there was a comparison between Lukaku and Aubameyang. You can kind of see who wants it more as well. Why isn't Arteta, getting that passion out of the players? So, we can sit here and be like, oh, that player was crap. That player didn't do this. But it all starts from in the back room and the attitude.
It does. And also, he's made a lot of really bold decisions since he arrived. I don't think Emi Martinez was quite on him, but he was the manager when Emi Martinez left. Mm-hmm. What he's done with certain players like Ozil, Guendouzi, Saliba, he made some really big decisions, giving Granit Xhaka the armband back. These are huge decisions he's made, and I don't think a single one has worked out for him. I really don't think. And you add to that with Ramsdale 30 million or 24 plus add-ons, but it's going to be 30 mil probably. Ben White for 50. These are big decisions and big investments the club has made, and they've said to him, we're going to back you on this. You've got to start getting results. I mean, listen, he's not going to go win at City. There's always hope. Football's a funny sport, but we're not going to win at City. So what? Just the first 3 games are a write-off.
Literally.
Just a write-off. It's incredible. And you've almost got to win like a game you're not expected to make up for the Brentford. So somewhere there's got to be like you beat Man United or you something like that. You win both North London derbies, but I don't see that happening right now. So the transfer window is going to be really, really interesting. We're going to chat about that a little bit. Guys, send in your videos. We want to hear from you guys because we could talk till we're blue in the face. But the thing is, a lot of the stuff is repeated. We want to hear what you guys say, and that's what Full Time's all about. So do get your videos and reactions in. Voice notes is fine as well, but just make sure voice note or video. Don't call. Apparently some people try calling, don't call. We're not picking up the phone. Let's just take some super chats quickly. Max says, we must sort this club out. Arteta's tactics are poor. There's no shape, no creativity, no more training videos or talk about a process. P.S. Andre is a G. Yes, agree with all that. Unfortunately, I do agree. We've got a super chat from Don Robbie Death Stare. the picture's quite funny. Mate, I can't even criticise the tactics because I don't know what the tactics are. Surely he doesn't actually say, yeah, just cross that bad boy in, Katie. Oh, no, right, yeah, he's just telling Kieran Tierney to cross the ball the whole time. I get that. Like, I sometimes try and explain what I think Arteta might be doing tactically, and then when I've explained it, I go, the hell am I talking about? What on earth am I, like, what is this? Like,
it looks like the players doing exactly the same thing.
Do I really believe this is what he's asking the players to do? Do you know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
you say it out loud and you go, this is madness. I think we've got one more super chat here. Alexander says, roses are red. The score made me sad. A wise man once said, it's time to go, blood. It doesn't even rhyme. But I love it. Fair
Trying
enough.
to keep our spirits
Roses
up, eh?
are red. The score made me sad. A wise man once said, it's time to go. Please don't even doesn't slightly rhyme. But I love it. Thank you. You put a smile on my face. Let's go to some more videos, guys. Keep sending them in. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Phone number, I believe, is in the description below. Yes, keep sending them in. Let's hear what you guys have to say.
Can you imagine Arsenal playing in the Super League looking like this? It's an embarrassment, bruv.
Hey guys, E here again. Look, I'm going to try to keep it short. I don't think Chelsea were great today. I think we were just very poor. If we would have gotten the penalty like we're supposed to, if Rob Holding hit the header on target, or if Aubameyang got the through pass on his feet, we could have won 3-2. It's not so much a tactical thing. I think Kieran Tierney cheating so much because he was afraid Mari couldn't do his job. If we had our center backs, Gabriel and Ben White in, we wouldn't have to do that. And Tierney would be able to cover Reece James. But Mari was just so poor. I don't think Mari and Cedric are good enough to be even on the bench for Arsenal. Just sad. I hope we get better. Yeah.
Poor performance. This team can't handle going a goal down. Terrible after going 1-0 down. Didn't play too bad at the beginning with decent in parts, but overall just a lot worse than Chelsea. It's going to be a long, long season.
To think we tried to go into a Super League. See the position we're in the table now? We'd be getting very used to that. Bottom of that Super League. At 0 points, no goals scored. I want to touch on that second guy. Forgive me, I've forgot his name, but made a really good... made a really good point. He said things that I kind of agreed with. I don't think Chelsea were great today. I thought we were poor. I think we had chances that, like, as I said on the watch along, they kind of came to us. Like, we didn't, it's not like we played well and made something happen. You know, Chelsea, I just think, weren't great on the day, but I'll keep saying this, they didn't have to be. Like, and they'll know that. Like, Tuchel is not, I don't think Tuchel is in that dressing room going, unbelievable, what a performance, you send a message to the league. It's not that. He'll be saying, lovely stuff, guys, you got your goals and you chilled.
Yeah.
You took it easy because you didn't have to do any more than that, and that's brilliant. That is season management. That's just getting through because you know it's a long year, and they've won the Champions League. They'll be going for it again. They'll be going for the Premier League, and they've not spent as much as we have this summer.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's kind of my feelings on it.
Even when you, just going back to what you said earlier as well about Arteta being on the side, sort of instructing everyone on what to do, you didn't see Tuchel doing that. He was sitting there because he's already instructed the team.
That's it.
They know what they need to do.
That's such a good point, Charlene. That's such a good point.
How long has Tuchel been in his job in comparison to Arteta?
Yeah. Well, how long has it? A year. So I think he joined a year after. Yeah, a year after. And it
says it all about the coaching, doesn't it?
And he came in and he went, right, you guys aren't great at the back, but there's some talent up front. We'll play a back three. And he just kept it nice and balanced, nice and simple. All these players that Chelsea fans said were write-off, Christensen, Rudiger, Havertz, Werner, found a role for them, got the best out of them. You know, as far as I'm aware, I think maybe at PSG a little bit, but Tuchel's preferred formation wasn't a back three, but he came in, he realised that's what's going to work for me and Chelsea, and look at what they're doing. Yeah. And it brings me on to the next topic I wanted to chat about. We're going to take some super chats in a sec as well. One super chat was asking whether we can really blame Arteta today. Comes on to my next topic. Should we have played a back three today? I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we were talking about it. Yes, my preferred 11 was a back four, fine. But Cecil, Graham, a lot of people were saying, go back to the back three, match them up, don't let them stretch it, keep it tight, have that extra man in defence because Lukaku's going to be a nightmare. And now it feels painfully obvious as that's what we should have done. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the same. I mean, when we done the starting 11 on the build-up show as well, I said, I'll probably stick with a back four, but I think a back three would be better suited for this game. And even as the fans were saying on the video as well, Pablo Mari and Tierney didn't feel confident with Pablo Mari back there, which is why he was tracking back and, which conceded to the goal. Yeah,
listen, I think a back three would have made a difference, but, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Adian says, it hurts to see the team in the state we're in. Feels like it is only still the fans. Love you guys and love Charlene more. Really? What about
James though?
Yeah,
James B.
No, fair enough. No, I get what you're saying. Like, kind of the essence of the club's been ripped out, and all we're kind of left with is the fans. And I agree. I was debating with Turkish kind of last week whether the fans kind of should take blame for where Arsenal are right now. We differ on opinion, but I get exactly what you're saying. But for me, the fans are still one of the best things about this club that we're still there supporting. Arsenal fans get kind of a bad rep kind of online, but I don't know. Big up the fans who putting up with all this, man.
Literally, and I feel like we have been so patient because it's been an ongoing thing. Even during the game today, you saw the fans like trying to get the mood up. It was, last 10 minutes or so. You saw them trying to get the mood and the energy up to try and uplift the players as well. So, I think the fans have been fundamental.
Yeah,
we get a lot of slack as well. Arteta gets a lot of slack. But so do we as well as fans. So
I completely agree. We've got another super chat here from Touch of Awesome. Says, after a poor pre-season, I bought a boxing bag, and every time we concede, I go to town on it. I'm going to be able to take on Mayweather at this rate. Yeah, man, I hear that. We've got some more super chats. I'm just going to bring them up here. Dizzy says, been a loyal Arsenal supporter for 23 years, many of which were trophyless. Done supporting this relegating club, joining Chelsea with the Arsenal. I don't really condone sort of just leaving Arsenal to support Chelsea.
That's a disrespect.
Yeah, ringing with super chat says Chelsea's whole bench could have walked straight into our starting 11, but we do have to say that. I agree. We're missing 50% of our starters today. Yeah, listen, that plays a part. Like, no one's
a big part,
of course, and I do feel for Arteta in that sense, but. A Graham Potter would have got more out of these players, in my opinion. We would have created more chances. We'd have caused Chelsea more problems.
Graham Potter got mentioned earlier. I mean, is that a manager that you'd like?
I'd love him
to get. Yeah,
listen, I'd love Conte. I love Brendan Rodgers. I understand the whole why would he leave Leicester. I think you just throw the bag at him. But here you go. You're gonna be so rich. Okay, come live in London. It's going to be great. I'm going to take this quick super chat. Then we've got loads of super chats coming in, loads of comments as well. Thank you everyone for watching and tuning in. We're going to play some videos in a sec, but just quickly, Taryn says, how can we judge after 2 games? We need to give him a fair chance. He's building for the future with young signings while the fans want instant success. Because it's not instant. He's been here 2 years. He's been here 2 years and spent a lot of money. We need to see better than that, even with the injuries and illnesses and everything we've had. But I kind of take your point about the season. It's still young. But it's not good enough. And we're not talking about results necessarily. We all expect it to lose. We're talking more about performance and something that suggests that we're moving in the right direction. And we're not seeing any of
try
that.
And fill us with some form of confidence or hope.
Something that we can latch onto.
Yeah.
Let's play more of your videos.
Sending this video from an unknown location. It's about Arsenal. Now, all I just genuinely want to know is, in a relationship, whether it be a couple relationship, a friend relationship, or as a football fan, a relationship and loyalty to my team. Now, I'm 29 years old. Arsenal haven't won the Premier League for 17 years. And the way they've treated us as fans, it's absolutely shocking. It's disappointing. It's terrible. The heart pain, the aches, the hopes,
the beliefs. We're tired of it. Arteta, you can't coach. Kroken, you need to fuck off, mate. Yeah? Like, we're just fucking sick of this bullshit. Every week, trying to have hope. Our players are rubbish. We don't spend no money. And we're just disappointing every single week. Now, I was watching Arsenal Fan TV whilst the game was on. And you were talking about Barcelona. We used to play like them. Do you know who we play like now? We play like a fucking church league team on a Sunday. And they'll fucking probably turn us over as well because we're that shit. So, my question is, if you're in a bad relationship, are you supposed to leave? Or are you supposed to stay through thick and thin now? I stayed an Arsenal supporter since I've been born, and I'm 29 now. And I haven't seen a Premier League title for 17 years. I haven't seen a Champions League win. And now we don't even make it into Europa, so does that make me disloyal? Does that make me unfaithful? Because I'm sick, I'm tired, I can no longer do this anymore. It's breaking my heart to see us lose and lose and lose and lose. And I've had enough. Now, I'm not saying I want to be a glory hunter. I'm not saying I want to go fucking chase the title like Man City's and Liverpool's, but is it right for me to break up with Arsenal officially and support another team? Please do let me know, because this is a very serious point in my life where if that's the case, I need to burn all my Arsenal stuff and focus on finding me a happier new relationship in life, you know?
Does it make him disloyal? Listen, you do you, man. You do what makes you happy. I love Arsenal. I'll be here through thick and thin. The good times will come back, whether it's in a year, whether it's in 10 years. Like, the good time, 20 years, the good times will come back. Liverpool has to wait 30 years for the next Premier League title. But I bet every single one of those Liverpool fans that was there from their last to their most recent, I bet they bloody enjoyed it. So listen, I'm just one of these people, like, I'll always be an Arsenal fan, I'll always be around, but I get it, it's tough, and you do you. You do what makes you happy. Because one thing I say, football is not worth compromising your life and happiness over, is all I'm saying. But that's just me. I don't know.
I mean, I totally understand his pain and the points that he's making. He's comparing it to a relationship. Yeah. Which, in reality, if you're not happy in a relationship, you're going to leave. But it's completely different when it comes to your football club. Like, no matter what they're going, if this is me personally, no matter what they're going through, you're still going to support them.
You still turn up.
Exactly. No matter what. That's a relationship that you can't just end.
Yeah, because you're not leaving just like the clubs. It's not like the players or the manager or whatever. You're always hoping it'll get better. It's more like you're leaving the rest of the fan base. Like, everyone here that I love watching Arsenal with. Yeah. The AFTV team. My dad and brother and mum, who are massive Arsenal fans. Like, some of my best friends who are Arsenal fans. That's kind of what you're leaving behind. So listen, you do. But there's an interesting talking point. Like, at what point does your kind of loyalty dwindle? But listen, I'm here for the rough ride.
Literally, roller coaster ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take this super chat from Sean. His name is Sean, and both Seans are spelled differently. So
couldn't decide which one to pick.
That is such a great name. If your surname is Sean, SHAWN, and your parents said, I'm going to call you Sean, but SEAN. I love that cool. So much.
That's what you call bold.
That is my favourite name ever. I love it. Thank you. Sean says, Dear Arsenal fans, as a Liverpool fan, I know that good things come to those who wait. It may hurt now, but you'll be back. Keep supporting. Come on, you Gunners. That's really sweet. And that's what we were kind of alluding to earlier. Look at us trying to give people hope, man. What are we doing? Day 132 says the problem isn't Arsenal's lack of spending. They've spent. I agree. They just haven't been smart. If Arteta's out, Edu and Vinay need to go. Here till I'm dead. I get that. And absolutely, if Arteta goes, Edu's got to go with him. I want to say Vinay, but I actually have no idea what he does. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. And that's not, I don't mean in a critical way. I should probably research it more. But in terms of impacting the football on the pitch, I have no idea what his role is.
Yeah.
So maybe he's doing his role great, and it's just Arteta and Edu we should be looking at. But anyway, we're going to go to some videos in a sec. Guys, keep getting in your super chats, but more importantly, send in your videos. The number is in the description below. Send in your videos via WhatsApp. Send in a voice note as well. We're going to get the best, put them up, give you a chance to have your say. We need to hear what you guys are thinking. It can't just be us, because I don't want to say it gets boring, but it just gets tiring, doesn't it?
When we're just repeating ourselves constantly.
Yeah, and we've got more topics to get through, but it is kind of relentless. And I want to get the mood of the fans. Like, is there... Actually, let me ask this. Send in a video if you're still backing Arteta. Like, if you... I'm not trolling here. Like, if you're like, no, this isn't on Arteta. Gabriel and White, Partey, Aubameyang and Lacazette make a massive difference. Odegaard makes a massive difference. When we get in those spaces, we're going to make a difference when it's Aubameyang and Odegaard in the front two. If that's what you think, if you think he's been unfortunate, if you think the fact that we had Brentford away, opening night, under the lights and all that, in the first game that they're back, and then you got Chelsea who just spent money on Lukaku, if you think that's all just unlucky, you might. I'm trying to give you things, because I say these things, but I don't really believe them. I think, I think we still look so far off it despite those things. So anyway, Charlene, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna rotate, get other people in, get other opinions here. You can see the number on the screen, so send it in there. We're gonna get Turkish coming in soon. Am I just hearing we don't have any clips at the moment, or we do? We've got clips. I'm just yes, so just chatting to production in the ear. There's a little mic here. Charlene, thank you.
Thank you so much, James.
We've done a fan cam. Go do a fan cam.
Yeah.
All the fan cams will be coming out. Robbie's still at the ground. Bless him. God knows what the Emirates is like right now. Let's hear more of what you guys have had to say.
I'm Frankie. That had us now fun. This Titanic club has been sinking for long, and it's about to follow sink. Arteta has no clue of what he's doing. I just want to know, being a second manager to Pep does not mean that you will be the better manager. Because of the owner we have that has no clue of what football is. That's why he has picked Arteta, that has no clue of a top manager, to be our manager. And this club will still go down if he will continue to be the manager. If the players are not playing well, that means he doesn't know what he's coaching. That's from my own view.
Just finished watching the game. Supposed to be at the game today, but I didn't go. I got a season ticket. I've ripped that season ticket up. I'm not going anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. It's a disgrace. Drop bottom of Norwich. It's a disgrace.
We're finished. We're finished.
Say how it is, eh? We're finished. A lot of people feeling that, guys. Does anyone here supporting Arteta? Anyone? Just try, just anything. I just want to say something as well to the comment section. Listen, I know. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. I still haven't got my guest. We were hoping to get LV General on, or Turkish. I think they're probably doing their fan cams and blowing off some steam after that performance. I just want to say, just because I look at the other side of things doesn't mean it's what I think. Mikel Arteta, for me, should have gone after Villarreal. I've said that countless times. Just because I apply context of situation doesn't mean I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I just want to get that out there. Like here, I've got Jarek saying, James, you're falsely positive. Listen, I'm just giving you the other side of things, because why not? There's a lot to talk about here, and I think it gets boring just, constantly saying the same old things. We know we were poor today, but why were we poor? We've got to analyse it. Hopefully someone's going to come join me in a sec, but keep getting your comments in. So we talked about whether Arsenal should have played a back three today, whether Arteta should have matched Chelsea up with the wing backs. If it didn't before the game, it at least does now. It feels obvious we definitely should have done something differently. Let's talk about that first goal. Now, obviously, we'll break it down tactically. Graham and I on the Tactical Insight Show. Look forward to doing that. I love Graham, man. He always puts a smile on my face, and his analysis is quality. It's just such a shame that some of the things are so easily avoidable. Graham was saying on Monday, play a back three, match Chelsea. They will overrun us otherwise. And that's what they did. And Arteta didn't want to be pragmatic, didn't want to switch it up like he's done in the past, which was really frustrating. Let's talk about that first goal. Lukaku back to goal. He was giving Mari an absolute nightmare. And one thing, I'll say this, I called it on the warm-up. I said, unlike Ben White, where Ivan Toney was playing on Ben White aerially, because Ben White's not the best in the air, I knew that Lukaku was going to play on Mari. I knew that his aim would be to go up against Mari, because he's the least mobile of the two. I mean, Holding's not the most mobile either, but he's going to play on Mari. He's going to get into positions where he could draw Tierney in, and obviously there's Reece James, who's finding the overlaps every single time of finding the space. It was absolutely calamitous. Ball comes in, Lukaku rolls it again. They find James over the top, who squares it. It's so easily. Mari then gets bullied when Lukaku's running into the box. I imagine that can't be easy to stop, but still, when are our defenders just going to take control of the situation? But then at the same time, and this is a question I'm going to put out to you guys, whose fault is that first goal? Because for me, there's kind of three people you can look at. You can look at Pablo Mari. He doesn't deal with Lukaku originally, and he doesn't defend his penalty area when he eventually gets back. So you can look at Pablo Mari. The other place to look is Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney's positioning was woeful for two of the goals, but I also thought he had just a poor performance in general. I thought there were times where he just smashed the ball clear, and I'm thinking, come on, just have a bit of composure here. There were actually options to play the ball, and maybe we could play through them, and I think Tierney at times looked too quick to just get rid of it. His final ball's appalling as well. He was getting into nice areas and often not beating the first man or picking someone out. It wasn't Tierney's best game, and I have to say I don't think he was great against Brentford, although he put in some nice balls and there were some positives there. So is it Tierney you blame, or is it Mikel Arteta? Because Tierney surely isn't picking up that position without being told to. That's the reality of the situation. We've got LV General coming in just as he gets set up. We're going to get some more videos up on the screen. Oh, are we ready to go? I'm just hearing from the production team. We are good to go. Let's hear what you guys have been saying.
Hey, AFTV. Kieran from Milton Keynes here. Just wanted to say it sucks to lose like that, you know. It's just dreadful, but not unsurprising either, which is probably just as bad, I think. But yeah, I don't think Arteta's going to last till Christmas. Don't think he knows what to do, although that might be too harsh, but it's come to a point now where his inexperience is really showing. You know, there are some ideas there, I think, but he just doesn't know how to implement them very well. And it's costing us, you know. Another 8th place finish, you know, I don't think that's going to happen, you know, at this rate, you know. Lucky for top 10, but, you know, yeah. I don't know. It's dreadful. Dreadful. 30 odd years supporting the club, and it feels like we're not going anywhere now. Anyway, at least your new sets look nice. So, some positives.
Oh, bless. Thank you. Welcome, El.
Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Welcome to your full-time debut.
Yes, thank you.
We've done these twice. We've lost both. We've not even had a goal to celebrate or talk about or anything like that.
Bro.
Yeah. Go on, what are your thoughts? You've had some time to digest it. Well, how long have we been live for? About...
Bro.
Wow, 40 minutes. Wow, big up all you. What are you feeling?
I'm just lost like my man was, blood. Lost.
Yeah.
Do you get me, man? Don't know what to think about again. Where are we going to go from here? Where are we going to go from here when you deep it? Do you understand? Because Arteta out has to be done now. We've got to move faster with that. Yeah? Bring in Sam. Everyone thinks I'm mad for saying this.
Sam Allardyce?
Bring in Sam.
Are you serious?
Do you know why I'm saying this, brother?
Oh, my word.
I know you're probably thinking I'm a madman. Yeah?
A little bit.
But I'm not a madman. But yeah, freaking bring in Sam. Yeah? And the only reason why I'm saying that is because he knows how to make a defensive squad. I've noticed Bolton's, the West Ham's, you get me? Even England try to get hold of him. You understand? There's something about Sam. I don't know why I'm saying this now, but it's just come to me. Sam, blood. Yeah,
Seriously?
Don't bother go. No, we don't need to waste our money on trying to find these big managers. That's our problem. We always try to find something and it doesn't work. We've seen that.
Listen, Sam Allardyce is a better manager than Mikel Arteta.
Right now.
So I'm not trying to like laugh off the Sam Allardyce. I just think that feels to me like short term. Let's hope we stay in the top 10. Do you know what I mean?
No. I know we're not going to win that in this season, bro. So I'm thinking logically.
But it is game 2. Like we've got time to get in the right guy and maybe kick on.
What,
make
another season of the same thing again, brother? Come on, let's be real.
I don't know.
How many times have we been here and had this conversation? Well, not me.
Yeah. I met him
with
today.
Someone else. You get me? But with someone else.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
We've been there before. So now let's do the opposite. Let's go and get someone who no one would normally think, and you never know. That guy pulls off a madness. What did my man do? What's his name? Who went to Chelsea and he done well. And he was at Wigan. What's his name again, blood?
Oh, Di Matteo.
Right. No one talking too much. But what has he done? Now deep it.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand? I'm that guy. I'm going to talk outside the hat.
Fair enough.
Everyone's going to talk about... No,
I'm glad because we all say the same thing, so I appreciate it.
So I'm coming to tell man, get Sam.
And there's the thing, I've been asking, the guys, the people watching, sending in their videos, and thank you to everyone who has, and thank you to everyone who will be. I've been saying, does anyone still back Arteta? Send your videos. No one. I've never seen everyone so overwhelmingly like on one side. They said they wanted unity in the fan base, and we got it, just for not the right reasons. I'll throw some other names out for you. Graham Potter at Brighton.
Yeah, you were saying that earlier as well.
Yeah. Plays good football. Listen, I think we'd have had a much better chance of scoring today.
Yeah, of course.
Brendan Rodgers, if you throw the money at him, do you think he'd take it?
Would he come back though for that? Look at us. Just look at us. Take a good look at what we have now.
Yeah.
Like Aubameyang, we've just spent bare peas on, and then someone done Judge, took away his talent, nothing there again. Yeah. Then we've got my man Pep. We think that he's gonna do something every game. We're looking at him like, yeah, he's on it today. He's not on it, bro.
Yeah.
We need more players who can work with them type of players. You understand?
Yeah.
Can't rely on him to dub him up and then take that one on and do. He does it and it don't work at the end.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I'm not saying we need strikers. We need defenders.
Yeah, agreed. Super chatting from Berbera says we need Brendan Rodgers. So there's one for Brendan Rodgers. Do you like Brendan?
He did all right. He did all right where was he before?
He's at Leicester now.
Yeah.
He was at Celtic before, Liverpool before that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a good CV. Listen, he's done great at Leicester.
Do you know what I mean?
I think there's players like, I'd love to see what like Odegaard, Smith Rowe and Saka would do under Rodgers. I'd love to see what Pepe would do under Rodgers.
Yeah, because they'll change it.
And also, Jamie Vardy was in terrible form. Well, maybe not terrible form, but wasn't in great form when Rodgers took over. And then Rodgers just said, listen, go back to what you do, play on the final man, and we're just going to supply you. I kind of think he could do that with Aubameyang.
Okay.
Like Rodgers would, having done it with Vardy, a very similar profile of striker, come in and say, just play on the last man, and we're just going to keep feeding you.
See, when he was at Dortmund, and Lacazette and them man were about, that's how them man will run it, though.
Yeah.
But it's like, now they come to Arsenal, it's just a whole different ball game, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone loses their talent when they reach my squad, fam. I'm being real with you.
Yeah.
You could be a mad sickest player for another team. Come Arsenal, give it a couple months in. Man's changing how man play. Man's not doing what man saw.
I've seen that a lot of times at Arsenal where we've signed a player and I've watched the videos, or it's a player I've known a lot and I've done my research. And then what I get is like, I'll give you, Granit Xhaka is a great example, right? When we signed him, I thought we were getting this like robust box-to-box midfielder who also had a wand of a left foot.
Yes.
I thought, cool, we've needed that in our midfield. He's the most static midfielder I've ever seen in my life play for Arsenal.
He was trying to take on players today.
Like,
losing the ball and everything. No, punch them up.
There were a few little like, bro, I was like, just stop that. So
he's another one who should have went, but they still give him man the armband.
Yeah.
And I see Aubameyang come on and give me that.
Yeah,
you get me? That's mine. You get me? But
right.
it's, bro, I feel like I think something's going on behind the scene as well, you know, because I'm starting to feel like certain man ain't communicating, fam.
No, I think so. I don't think everything's sort of all rosy behind the scene.
Yeah, so
we're going to go to some video soon. Let's just take the super chat quickly because I think it's interesting. Douglas says, if Conte was in and we were still losing, then we would know the problem was the squad and we could address it. Right now we have no idea if it's all Arteta or the squad that is bad. It's a good point. That I get what he means, but like where I wasn't sure, I believe there's talent in this Arsenal squad. Like, I do believe there's talented players there.
Well, you were saying earlier when we was watching the game,
you
were saying there's moments where stuff can happen.
Right.
And I agree with that, blood.
Yeah.
There's always a moment where it looks like, and then nothing.
We're all getting excited thinking.
So there is a moment where we've got that threat, but we ain't got the final, you understand, the final bit. And we always thought, it might need a striker, that's why it's not working. It's not that, bro.
Yeah.
It's just the way Arsenal play, bro. We need to change a lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things, blood. Arteta's not got that no more. Yeah? I don't know if we even had it at the start. I got dragged in a little bit when they were like, Arteta in, and he's the new thing. Nah, bro.
Yeah.
We just need someone who knows how to play the simple football, bro.
Yeah.
Simple football, old school way. Do you understand?
I completely.
Where man just get the ball. If you have to oof it, oof it. If you want to kick it off the side, do that. Don't be doing this back to the keeper, into my man. You man can't play like that. How many times we giving away a goal off of that?
And like, I don't mind them trying it, but after 2 years, it's getting to the point where we don't look. And there was a time where I thought we cracked it in the FA Cup, and I thought, wow,
it's working.
But people sussed it very quickly.
Yeah.
Super chat from Naira says, "Remember when fans said no Europe will help us in the league? Shake my head. Hashtag Arteta out." Let's go into some clips, guys. Keep them coming. The number is in the description. Yeah, we want to hear what you have to say.
Sam here. Just finished watching the game. I'm always crying, almost at the point of tears. Honestly, I'm watching that today, thinking, there is absolutely no one on this pitch who wants to play for the badge, that knows what Arsenal's about, that wants to lead this team, that wants to take us to victory. I'm looking at this midfield, I'm seeing Xhaka, I'm seeing hair transplant at centre-back. Does he even care? Does he even care about Arsenal at all? It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. We need leaders. West Ham, Mark Noble. Why not? We'll get him in till just the end of this season. He's someone that could really boss the midfield. He's got the experience. He's got everything you need from a Premier League centre midfielder. Captains for the end of the season, get him in. Even someone like Wilshere, for God's sake. Someone that wants to play for the badge and knows what we're about. You know what I'm feeling about Ramsdale? 24 million. PSG got Donnarumma for absolutely nothing. I just don't get it. I don't absolutely get it. What's the point? Get that fraud, Arteta, out of my club.
Get out. You said the same bloody thing. Get out, man. You see it?
Listen, it's got so bad that as a fan base, we want Mark Noble and Sam Allardyce in.
Yeah, it's poor, fam.
That's what we're talking about here.
That's the level we've got to now, bro. You get me? Nothing's there for us. Nothing. So we might as well start again with the ones what know what's going on. You see it? That's why he said Noble and them, man, because they know what's going on.
But isn't it amazing that we're clawing to basics here? Like he said Mark Noble because he'll basically. Thank you for the video, by the way, Sam. He basically said because he'll try hard, he'll work hard
for the badge.
That's what, and I kind of think Arsenal aren't really lacking work ethic. They're just lacking a bit of intelligence, like a bit of someone just to calm things down and say, listen, let's get our foot on the ball. Let's just play football. None of this overcomplicating it. We said it before with Charlene.
Basic, bro.
Overcoached. I want to go into what you said, but we just got a super chat here. Day132 says, if you ask me who I'd pick as manager, he said Christophe Galtier from Nice, Niko Kovac from Monaco, and Graham Potter. 3 decent shouts. I can't say I'm experts. I mean, I like Graham Potter a lot. Velan says Arteta out, Ty in. Yeah, give Ty the job, man. Shreth says AFC Arsenal have not addressed key areas. Mikel has no game plan, no plan B, and does not play to individual players' strengths. Injuries or not, it was poor. I think he summed that up so well. Injuries or not, it doesn't matter. He's right. We don't play to players' strengths. We're not. Do you know what Pepe was so good at? When he was at Lille, popping up in. He was a right winger, but popping up in central areas and
driving,
just spearing you in the kind of in between centre back and full back and making it awkward. Is he the full back's man? Is he the centre backs? Is he popping up front? Is he on the wing? Whatever. But you see him always tucked out to that right because he's been told to hold the width. Because our right back's got to do this inverted full back extra midfielder bullshit. And you see that Pepe's instinct to what he wants to do has been completely sapped. Was it you who was saying on the watch along, where's his flair gone? Where's his
blood? Them man there, but I know what them man are capable of doing, bro.
Yeah.
It's just when you come to Arsenal, everything changes.
Yeah.
And I've seen it season after season after season. Yeah. The players what we buy, they perform now and then, and that's it. We're not gonna get the full person. Do you get me? What we see, what you was just explaining, blood. That's why we're having these problems. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what they say to the players. We've turned into a team what likes to score goals in the box. Blood. I had players back in the day, Rosiski, all them man there, the older, even before that, who hit the long shot. That's what I miss now. When I watch football, I'm seeing man hit off a cracker. I'm like, ah! But that's for the other team.
Yeah.
That's because they did that. But when's Arsenal going to score outside the box again? When's Arsenal going to take that risk again when they have shots?
And when are they just going to start asking the opposition different questions? Like, cool, we tried going down the left, you said no, so we're going to come down the middle. Oh, their left back's playing poor, so let's go down the right. They're looking weak at set pieces. Let's cause them a few more problems. Let's try a different routine.
But that's the manager's job, though.
Keeper doesn't look confident, let's hit one. Or, we're not playing well, let's hit one. Like, something to mix up. And I felt like a couple players today were trying to make it happen. Lokonga.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe.
Good player.
And are they the only positives, really? Lokonga and Smith Rowe? I thought Pepe looked bright.
No, Smith did all right. He did okay.
He did okay. I think Mari had a really tough day.
Oh, God.
Cedric was neither here nor there. I think Leno. I'll give it to Leno.
Yeah, Keep had a good game.
Without Leno, it could have been 4 or 5.
Gosh. Yeah.
And, you know, we've just signed Ramsdale for a lot of money, and then Onana's on the market. So I think Leno, especially after the Martinez thing, has kind of been left behind. But I'll put him as a positive today because, you know, I thought his distribution was fine. There was no problems there. But just... generally, he did his job as a goalkeeper.
Yeah.
The simple things. As you said, you're a goalkeeper. Make saves.
Bruv, everything should be simple for these guys. They're on peas.
Yeah.
How much money they're making.
Yeah.
And man's not doing simple. The mistakes they're making is Sunday, Saturday. This is Premier League we're talking about. The top end. And man is still making errors like that.
Do you think, like, the players aren't given enough credit? They're almost treated like idiots. Like, this is how we're going to play.
I feel
here's the tactics. Here's the approach. You do this and you'll win. And the players are going out like, okay, I must do it that way. Otherwise, there's no way I can win. But I sort of think, put together a good balanced 11. Yeah, of course they need direction. They need coaching. They need a philosophy, all that. But in general, let them thrive. Let them show them, especially
play
with
football.
the state we're in now.
Yeah.
Play football.
Play
Keep it
football,
simple.
bro. Play football. That's always the motive for me. If I was a manager, I'll make sure my players are happy, bro. Play football. Where do you play, bro? That position, yeah? All right, cool. Make sure you cover my man, though. Like, just let man feel like they can play. Not this system thing. You make sure my man's there. Don't let my man get back. Then you're arguing with your players on the pitch while the game's live.
Yeah.
Man can see man's... Oh, you're meant to... Because man's told, man, it's like a system thing. They're programmed. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Whereas you want one player to just do the opposite. Like you were saying, just do something else.
Yeah.
But no one's taking the risk. No one's taking the risk.
So with the 2 goals, I was just saying before you jumped on that the 3 people we can blame are Mari for not dealing with the ball into Lukaku.
Yeah, he had him up though.
He did. Tierney for the awful positioning, or Arteta, because I got to think surely Tierney's not going there without instruction because that's too wild to me.
Yeah.
Like if that was actually done off your own back, that is so bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
Like, and that for me makes him worst player on the pitch.
He don't normally play like that though.
No,
and I will
right.
stand by that. He's not
I
like
agree.
that. So
who are we
today
looking
must
at?
have been.
Do you think it's on Arteta that?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
It has to be Arteta, man. Come on, man. We're seeing the mistakes constantly happen, and man's not doing nothing about it. We're watching the same system.
Yeah.
Second half come out, same thing again.
Yeah.
What's going on? What now? We didn't concede. That's it. We didn't have nothing else, bro. I saw a little glimpse when they put Aubameyang on, and I see him make that little through ball, and I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they look like they're doing something, but I always knew that there was nothing else after that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's why. Yeah, Arteta's got a goal, bro.
Chelsea took pity on us, I felt.
Yeah,
I felt that.
Man's all hugging man at the end. Did you see the end of the
Yeah,
game?
you were saying this on Watch Wrong. Yeah.
Lukaku's there hugging our players.
Well done, congrats, man. Big high five.
And then he goes jogs over to the other squad. Like, I'm thinking, why didn't you come Arsenal then? What? Is there some communication you got with them, man?
Yeah.
But it's confusing, fam. It's all confusing to me. Like everyone's baffled. I guarantee you, when you see the next video, next man baffled. We're all baffled.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But as far as I'm concerned, what we all do know and we can agree on is Arteta out. So let's just run with that. Get that out the way. Bring in my man Sam, even though you lot don't agree with me right now. But bring in someone who knows how the English ways, how it's done, innit? Like the English game. He knows it, bro. I'm not chatting shit. He knows his thing. You understand? Bring him in. He'll structure the back four, what we need done. We've been needing that done for how long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about all these midfielders, these strikers right now. Just worry about not letting in goals.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you now, this season is going to be a long one.
Let's see. Let's go to this next clip.
Arteta is a good coach, but a very poor strategist. With the crop of players he has, would have gone with a strategy of surviving rather than his ideologies of trying to play like, I don't know, prime back or whatever his method is trying. And that's a mistake that he keeps doing over and over, not working with the players he has to survive, to improve each game, but rather pushing his plan, and it's costing him each game. Morale is going down, you're not improving in terms of measured performance that is winning games, and it just shows that you're not improving anyway. And that's the worst part about Arteta. He teaches the players properly as a coach, but he's not winning the matches, which is the most important part. He's best positioned to be an assistant coach rather than being a coach, because he's good at coaching, but poor at making decisions. He can't go far anywhere, even if he's given 20 years. He'll just be a good coach, but not a good manager. I think Arsenal should get a new coach, make Arteta his assistant. Players will be good, and the coach will make better decisions. Because today's match and the Brentford one.
Good coach. Sorry, just having sound issues there.
That was all mad.
Yeah, that was a bit mad. That was so good coach.
Here you go.
Not a good manager. Turkish is in the building.
You
Thank you to LV General, by the way, for jumping on. Let's just take the super chat quickly from Bijou says, okay, sure, we're missing big players, but Arteta's overcoached these lads. Mari is brutal. I pray Odegaard helps our creativity. We need to change our DNA. I've said a lot on all of this, Turkish. I'm very much just going to ask you questions and let you take it away. And of course, we'll be playing more clips, so don't forget to send those in via WhatsApp. Actually, let's just take a super chat from Diego as well. It says, Arteta needs to go, man. I'm sorry, I can't back that. A coach's job is to apply your style, but at the same time adapt it to the player's playing style. Take it away, man. There's no question. Just say how you're feeling. Everyone's on Arteta here. Everyone's on Arteta's back.
Well, it's, when you do some of the things you've done with the money you've had, and when you're called up on some of the things you've said in the past that have led us astray, you're going to become the target. Regardless of what I believe and who I believe is the bigger problem, and will remain the bigger problem whether Arteta's here or not. Arteta's done enough now, and Edu's done enough now to warrant a lot of the pressure, a lot of the attention. And I can't, say anything against that. It's a shame, and the reason I say it's a shame is because it can actually give Kroenke more time, because a new manager, a new lease of life, a renewed hope.
Especially because money's been spent the last couple of windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that makes the fans go, well, look, Kroenke's spending. We just need someone to get more out of it. I don't agree with that.
Because the teams were
but some will say that.
Obviously, when we look at our transfer windows in the past, spending 130 mil looks good.
Yeah.
And when you look at what other teams have spent in the league, 130 million looks good. But what other big club that's won the Premier League needs as much work as us? None of them, by far. So us spending more than them, it's warranted. And to be honest, it's not that much more.
Right. So you're kind of saying like it's par for the course, really. Like, of course, we spent a lot, but we also needed to more than others.
130 million 10 years ago
is
a very good, very strong transfer window. 130 million now to big teams is one, maybe two players. And now we're going to spend that on 5. So yes, on one hand it looks good because we haven't done that before. The other clubs ain't spending as much as us. But really and truly, when you look at it, this kind of spending is 10 years too late. When the other teams, if we're trying to catch them, how can we catch them if we're doing 130 on 5 players? Now this ain't me, acting entitled because I like that we've spent money. It's about time we start spending money. But if you spend it in the wrong way, it holds you back further along the line. So even with Arteta gone in the next few months, some of the signings he's made, and I'm not just talking about this summer, Willian is an example from last summer, will hold us back for a few more years.
I completely agree. Bijou in another super chat says, any competent manager would adjust to a new system to continue the same results as insanity. How have we not switched to a 3-4-3? It's mental. Arteta out. There was another one here. Thomas says, lads, with Odegaard coming in, that Smith Rowe spot, the lad is our brightest talent, working the hardest, who will get dropped. I disagree. I think Odegaard will complement Smith Rowe and help him. I felt today like the only way anything was going to happen was if Smith Rowe made it happen. Lokonga I thought did well. In terms of like something like that creativity in the final third. There are 2 times we got in and I thought something might happen here, and it was always Smith right at the heart of it. So I think Odegaard will help him. Streth with the super chat says Mikel is confusing team philosophy with his stubbornness. He feels his way is right, but what is his philosophy? What should players follow? Is it counter-attack? Is it pressing? Players are scared to do something. It does stagger me that after 2 years, and Robbie asked me this on News Daily, said, what's Arsenal's style? And I kind of tried to explain it, but I was really just trying to offer anything.
Yeah.
But after 2 years, when we got Arteta, and all we knew of him was Guardiola's number 2, I thought, cool. So the worst we're going to get, surely, is great football, but we might be a shambles at the back. We might be shambles at the back, but we'll score goals and we'll be fun to watch. And you know what? That isn't good enough where we want to be, but it will be a starting point. I think we've got worse than we were under Emery. I actually think we've got worse because we don't look like we can score a goal now.
100%.
That's crazy to me. And when people were saying it a year ago, say end of last season, before the Villarreal stuff, and the whole debate was going on, are we worse than we were under Emery? I was saying, no way. Everything under Emery was complete and utter chaos. It was chaos. And, you know, that is never sustainable. At least under Arteta, yeah, we don't look that exciting, but it feels more controlled. It feels more measured. But I don't believe any of that anymore.
No, yeah. I think we deluded ourselves to think some of that. Because even I thought at one stage that defensively we look a lot more confident. But then
organised.
Yeah, I thought that. And then last season happened, and the way it turned out, and so far this season, it was a myth. You know, when you're so used to nonsense going on, if you see small glimmers of hope, you know, you tend to try and grasp at it. Because even in a game, let's say, and when we was doing the match day live here, you know, it was me, Shah, LV, and I think it was the first half. Cecil was there. There was a moment when Lokonga had a strike from outside the box, and a few of us started clapping, and that's literally the same thing in another scenario,
right?
Because we're not used to seeing someone be confident enough to take a shot, or someone try something different, or, you know, games are so boring sometimes with Arsenal right now because we lack a style of play. We saw a shot on goal and we clapped it.
Yeah, I know.
But in reality, what the fuck is a shot on goal? It should be the norm.
I know.
So that's what we've become now.
God, yeah, he wants it, you know.
Yeah, like it's too, you know, and it's the same for what we're talking about right here.
Yeah.
You know, we're used to nonsense and we see a small glimmer and we think, oh shit, that might be the change.
Completely agree with that. We've kind of talked to death a lot of topics. We're going to chat about some other things in terms of the injuries and situations we've had. We're going to go into some clips first. Remember, keep sending the videos in. Send them into WhatsApp. The phone number has appeared on the screen. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Let's hear what you guys.
Just so bad. We've become a joke club. We just finished. Arteta is out. And right away out, and always we are getting far. We need an experienced manager.
Not the result we would have wanted, but I cannot trust the process. I saw spots of bright brilliance here and there, but in general, it was a disappointing performance. Let's be honest. But look at it on the bright side. People saying Arteta out. I don't think so. How many games when Alex Ferguson started, they had to trust him, and lo and behold, he delivered. So let's trust Arteta. Let's trust that he's going to do the right thing, and I believe in him.
One of Julian's mates there.
Big up, Julian. And thank you for sending in the video. I did, before you jumped on, I asked, I said, is there anyone out there who trusts the process and is backing Arteta? Please send in your videos. And they delivered, so thank you. I don't agree, but
that guy might have been a Chelsea fan. The way he smiled when he said, trust the process. I thought, this guy's just having me on. Like, I'm still not sold on him. I don't know.
Maybe. But okay, cool.
Listen, you can compare what you can do those sort of comparisons in any which way to show any which path. Literally, any which path. Yes, we can say Arteta comes into Arsenal, like Pep comes into Barca, he becomes the next best thing. We win 7 trophies in one season within the first few. Yeah. Or we can say Carlos Queiroz left Man United as an assistant, went to Real Madrid and flopped. So it doesn't really necessarily mean because you're assistant to a great manager, you're going to be a great manager. So, you know, there's a lot of examples we can give. So it's nonsense to me using things like that. But
I hear that.
Thank you for your thoughts.
Let's go into this Arteta stuff a little bit more. Everyone's been talking about. Listen, everyone's saying Arteta out bar one person, or a couple. In fairness, I hate doing this because the comment section are on me, right? Every time I play devil's advocate, right? We've talked about this off camera. Every time I try to play devil's advocate or ask a question that leans to the other side, just to spark debate and see if maybe we're missing something, people get onto me because I think it's my opinion. This isn't my opinion, but I'm a presenter. I've got to ask. The players missing today.
Yeah, big players.
White, Gabriel, Partey, Lacazette, Odegaard, because he's now ours, and Aubameyang, but obviously he came on, he was fine for the bench. That's a big blow for any manager. Does that excuse anything? Because I do feel like ultimately we'd have probably seen the same performance. If not, Chelsea would have gone, oh, Arsenal actually look all right here. Let's lift it. And they'd have slapped us up.
So we had big players missing. No one can deny that. And that would be being fair. But again, I think
he said it, not me, guys. Don't get onto him.
that would be being fair. Partey is a big loss. Partey is a player that I think can play at any most top teams. Not necessarily White yet. I can't say for sure. We're going to find out what he's about this season. We've got Lokonga in there. That's a summer signing. That kind of makes up for Partey in a sense. Maybe not like for like, but if you're bringing someone in who's going to be third choice centre mid, then let's see what he's about straight away.
And he looks very good.
He looks decent, yeah. For his age, he looks decent. I hope he develops, kicks on. Other injuries, Oba, he'd come on. Dare I say it, he didn't look himself, but what is himself anymore? Who knows? Because we haven't seen the Oba we knew pre-contract, post-contract. So there's a lot of ifs and buts, but I'm tired of ifs and buts with this club. Like, it's always if this, if that. He hasn't had a pre-season. Give this guy a chance. Be patient. Be excited. It's just all a diversion. And we got another clip coming anyway.
Yeah, let's go to your next clip, guys.
Personally believe Mikel Arteta is the right man to get us out of this mess. I think every Arsenal fan will agree that we're in a difficult time in our history, and I've only really seen us win FA Cups, and I've just seen us go downhill season by season in my experience of Arsenal Football Club. So it's hard to see, but I don't blame the manager because he's doing the best he can with the resources he has. People saying we could have got other players this transfer market, like Varane was on the market, for example. We can't attract them players. We're not in Europe. We don't have the budgets of Man City. We don't have the budgets of a Chelsea. We don't have the budgets of a Man United. We don't have the attraction anymore, and we need to accept that as a fan base as soon as possible and not blame Mikel Arteta for this. It's not his fault. It's a fault of bad ownership over years and years and years that's caused this. No way is it the manager. And I think we just need to get behind him, get out the cronkies, get them out the club.
Comment section are going nuts at that particular opinion on the matter. Listen, and I'll say this, this is only our second ever full time. All views, whatever you feel about Arsenal, whatever you think, it's welcome, right? And we're going to discuss it seriously. We're not going to, just if we don't agree with something, we're not going to tear it up and laugh at you. Thank you so much for contributing. We want to give you guys your say. I think there's some valid points there in terms of the club is a mess. Arteta or no Arteta, the club's a mess anyway.
Yeah.
The job is massive. I think there are things that I think have perhaps been more overwhelming for Arteta than he maybe imagined. Where I do disagree, though, with that particular video, he has spent enough money to make more of a difference than this.
Yeah.
I know
minimum.
I know a lot of it was even just this week, so fine, you're not going to see that impact immediately. But Arsenal we're not sitting here going, I can't believe we're not in the title race.
Yeah.
We're not sitting there going, I can't believe it looks like we're not going to get top four. We are genuinely, I like to think we're smart enough to know Chelsea, City can't compete with their money. Liverpool, well, Salah, Mane, Klopp, and Man United, kind of a bit of both. The players they've got,
And
the money they spend, We kind of understand that it's going to take something a little bit special for Arsenal to break into the top four. Something very special to one day win the Premier League. And that is like a Jurgen Klopp coming in, doing what he did at Liverpool, and then making him one of the elites, winning the Champions League, and going, right, we go again. But we're not asking for that. And also, we're not getting close to that. We're talking about Arsenal seeming semi-competitive with the rest of the Big Six. You have a show called The Big Six.
Show some ambition.
Right, and Arsenal are barely part of it. You might have to pass on your show to someone.
I'll do that show
I can't
every
be here
Monday,
anymore.
You know, through gritted teeth right now. I try and avoid the subject Arsenal, but when you're playing one of the others in the Big Six, it's hard to avoid the subject on that show.
Exactly. And here we are. We're barely competing in those and we're finishing 8th. And Arteta's falling way too far behind. Is that fair?
It is fair. Like, I came into this, full-time show saying that the attention's turned to Arteta and Edu, and that's because the bare minimum they could have done is shown us something that we can continue to support them on, but continue to pile pressure on the ownership for them as well at the same time. But what they've done is kind of colluded with the ownership, and it feels like they're very much one now. There's one face to the lies, and that's all of them, all at once. And it's easier to kind of pick out Arteta and Edu. You see him week in, week out, explaining the nonsense. I haven't listened to his post-match comments this week yet. But am I really interested? No, because I've seen what I needed to see. I don't need to hear the reasons, excuses, or anything, because I feel like I know them. But, like you said, he's spent enough to make a difference at the bare minimum, and he hasn't done that. Hence why most people are onto Arteta's neck right now.
He's spent more than Brendan Rodgers, right? Must have.
What, Leicester?
Yeah.
Yeah, he spent over double what Leicester spent.
Right.
Leicester only bought
and look what Rodgers came in, reinvigorated, got the best out of Vardy again.
Oh, you mean since Rodgers has come in?
So when Rodgers came in for Leicester,
yeah,
Arteta spent more on this Arsenal team than Rodgers spent.
Potentially.
And Leicester were
probably
hanging around 14th, 13th, 12th.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
And guess why they got rid of him? Because I knew a Leicester fan. I used to do a course with a Leicester fan. Big up Rob. And Rob, I said to him, but what kind of, no offence, like, what do you, I was really condescending. I was like, what are you expecting really for Leicester? And he said, Maddison, Vardy, Barnes, they're good players. He's like, trust me, they're good players. Like, they should be doing better than this. Rodgers comes in, and I'm sitting there going, fair enough. Yuri Tielemans and Ndidi, he was like, they're quality players. And Claude Puel isn't getting what he should out of these players. I said, all right, well, let's see. Rodgers comes in and he was absolutely spot on. And I feel a little bit about a lot of these players.
Because their ownership cares.
Yeah.
So if they see something not going the way they would hope it go, they're going to do something. But I feel like our ownership is more like they don't expect to be going anywhere at the moment. They just look at this valuation of a football, not what's happening with the football, the value of it. And that's skyrocketed since the Emirates and whatnot, commercial rights and all that. That's why to them, it's great, but this will catch up to them eventually. This will catch up to them eventually, and then they'll have a decision to make. Like I said, I really feel like next year you'll see a report come out where merchandise sales have gone down. I feel like there has been an impact now. I think next season will also be the 4th year in a row we've made a loss, heading into the 5th with no Europe guaranteed, and the money we're spending guaranteed another 2 years of losses. That's 5 years of losses. Super League seems a myth, so that valuation boost ain't coming for now.
Yeah.
Kroenkes might need to consider selling, but at the moment it feels very much they're against us and they're digging their heels in.
Yeah, we
still
can
got a little battle.
We can only hope. Let's go into the next clip, guys. Thank you so much for sending them in. Keep them coming. Yeah, a little bit more to chat about here. Let's see what you guys are saying.
Hi guys, George here. 27 years old, been a fan for 27 years, and I've finally got to a point where I'm watching us play. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not annoyed or upset when we go down, when we concede goals, because I've lost the passion. No one seems to really care at the board or, higher management ownership. Why should we care? I've not bought the tops. Had all 3 last year and got stung. I'm just numb to it all. So, be interested to know how far it gets until other people start feeling like that. Because unless we sign 11 new players, I really can't see it changing. But be interesting to get your guys' thoughts. So let me know. Thanks.
Yeah, I know. It's another loss, obviously, and we all know why. Yes, we can look at the things off pitch.
Well, that's another defeat. 2 games, 2 losses, no goals. I mean, we all expected to lose to Chelsea, so it's just the manner, it's the performances. We don't see anything that excites us to think positive, to think, oh, I see what it's trying to do. Yes, we had a lot of injuries and first-time players out, but what are we seeing? It's like he's overcoaching his players. You know what? I think we need to cut our losses, but of course, knowing our club, our management, our owners, they're probably not going to fire him. They're going to stick with him, and we're just going to be along for the ride the whole way. So, anyways, let's see what happens midweek. Let's see Odegaard coming in. Let's see Ramsdale. Let's see something to give some hope. But right now it looks hopeless, and I think this job's way too big for Arteta, and I want him to succeed, but I don't think this is the job for him based on where things are at, and it's only going to get worse. And as all the teams get stronger, we're getting weaker, and we have some players coming in, fair enough, but I don't know if he's the guy, you know what I mean, to get the best out of his players, which in a way is good because we have some young players. So I kind of see what the management, the owners are doing. They got on the younger profile players. So worst case, Arteta, if they decide to call and fire him, they have assets they can sell, make some money. So in a sense, they are planning for the long term, except most likely Arteta is not going to be part of the long term, and neither is competing for trophies. They're just about assets and making money and the usual. Anyways, go Gunners, and let's hope we do better midweek. Honestly, it's just peak right now, fam. Easy.
Talked about the profile of sort of signings we've made, kind of ages of the players. That's kind of the only positive I see at this club right now. I think someone was going through saying Ben White 23, Ramsdale 23, Gabriel 23, I think maybe 24, Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, Balogun. Cool, yeah, they're really good ages. Kieran Tierney, agree. I think they're good now and will only get better. That's the only positive I see left at this club right now.
And it's not a positive if you don't give them the right experience and platform, because in the end that positive diminishes.
Gives me hope for the future.
It gives you hope. Well, the positives of the young squad give you hope for the future, but the off-field activities will collide with that young squad at one point, and the young squad will dwindle away like we've saw 3 times. I just said in my interview with Cecil, yeah? Fabregas, Nasri and Clichy and all of them, man, yeah? Did we not support them? Did we not believe in them? Of course we did. That was a young squad. That was Project Youth. It didn't work out. What did we do? Gibbs, Jenkinson, Ramsey, Wilshere, Oxlade, them man. That was another Project Youth, right? Did it work out? No, it didn't. So this is the third Project Youth that we're potentially going into. What have we learned from them? Fabregas just said 2 years ago, or a year ago even, I believe it was during lockdown, on Twitter, he said that when I was at Arsenal, I felt like I was one of the only winners, me and a couple others. I felt like all of the pressure was put on my shoulders. That's a young player that we supported at one time, telling it as it was and how he felt.
Yeah.
So let's not, do the same with Saka and Emil now. Let's not put everything on them like we did with Wilshere, who also crumbled under the pressure. Not necessarily the same pressure, but the amount of games he was playing, the amount we relied on him, that had a part to play.
It's a very good point.
So, we need to, as much as it's a positive, it's the only one. If you don't get at least a few more positives coming out of the system at Arsenal, they're going to be gone sooner than we know it.
Do you know what, Turkish, you're spot on. We're going to wrap up, guys. Just one quick question to you guys out in the comment section, and to you. I know what we need to do in this window is like 3-4 quality players, but realistically, what can we expect? What should we demand Arsenal do now between now and the end of the window? They have spent money. You can't address everything. I understand, but what can they do?
What can they do for what?
So in terms of transfer between now and the end of the, because we all want
to do what though, like to do what to me, to give me
to improve the starting 11.
Oh well, that's right back and centre mid, but we gave Xhaka a contract, so it's not realistic what I'm saying, and we've just spent 24-30 odd mil on a goalkeeper backup for now. Right back, 1 week Chambers, 1 week Cedric, next week it might be Ainsley. It's like a lottery, It'll be nice to have someone there sorted. 4, 5, 6 man out, that'll be nice too. But they've had 9 weeks to do this. Are they going to do it in the last one? Nah, it's not happening.
Yeah, I think I echo that. Guys, I'm sorry it couldn't be more cheery. Arsenal have gone and lost again. That's 2 games, 4 goals conceded, none scored, and this time it was in front of a full capacity crowd at the Emirates. I'm interested to hear kind of what they're saying in the fan cams there, so I'll go check them out. And more fan cams will be coming out throughout the rest of tonight and tomorrow on AFTV. Guys, thank you. Remember to like, subscribe, all that. We'll be back next week. Keep sending in your videos and all that for the City game as well. Tactical Insight tomorrow. Loads going on, always on AFTV. Thank you. Sorry, it couldn't be better, but hey, we move.